up, though? DDK, Driver Seat Podcast in the building. It's about time.
Man, legendary, man. First and foremost, man, appreciate you for having me. You're a legend, bro. And this means so much, bro. This overdue. You one of the legends in the game. So, shit, I'm just honored and flattered to even be here, dog. For real.
Hey, man, don't call me a legend yet. That just means I'm old. You just call me the old nigga. Me and Boss Talk.
That's not what that mean.
You know, we were just talking about off camera. I'm thankful that Boss Talk is older than me. Shout out to Boss Talk, man. Boss Talk hit 100K, over 100K subscribers.
For real? Damn.
Yeah, they bypassed me. I think I'm at like 71.
Shout out to you.
But shout out to Boss Talk. Like, shout out to you. Shout out to all the platforms here, man, because this shit ain't easy.
At all.
It's not. People think that you just get to turn on the camera and just start talking and things happen, man. It's booking guests. It's thinking of questions. It's the quality. It's the, you know what I'm saying? It's so much going into it. And then the hardest thing is the consistency.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, because you got real life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
So shout out to that, man. But like, how everything been going with you, man? Shout out to Driver Seat. Like, man, for people who just checking in and hearing about DDK and Driver Seat Podcast, I mean, you have some prolific guests on there. Shawn Cotton.
Man.
Shit, you done have LilRonnie, how you say it?
G-Money LilRonnie.
G-Money LilRonnie. Like, you didn't have some heavy hitters on your platform, man. Like, kind of tell people like the premise of your platform.
Man, shit, I came in this shit with a list of people I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I still haven't hit everybody on the list. And shit, I just went. I had a lot of relationships prior, because I kind of been around for a minute. First I was rapping, and then shit, I just been around a lot of people for a minute. And shit, some of these people was easy to get. Some of these people I'm still working on. Some of these people I still got relationships with, and I haven't got yet, because like you said, life. And then Driver Seat came because I was already, like, I had an album called Driver Seat. I had a mixtape called Driver's Ed. So this started back in like 2014, 2016, 2017. I had like a driver's series with mixtapes, and I just decided to keep that theme. And I was like, damn, let me do it in the car. And shit, people was fucking with it. Like, as soon as I was doing it, people started reaching out to me. But I felt like it was a niche market, because I wanted to get people behind the scenes first.
Yeah. And
that was more important to me, like people that was like driving the culture. That was like another part of it. Who drives the culture, you know what I'm saying? And that was my, like, people behind the scenes was the very first part of it, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
And then now the artists came next, you know what I'm saying?
I look at it, and that's something interesting for me, because I just thought maybe Driver Seat Podcast just came from the idea of driving a car and doing an interview, because initially you started off your podcast driving yourself and having a conversation while driving.
Correct.
And then we look and it transitioned to you being driven and having a conversation. What made you decide to go from driving yourself and having a conversation to sitting in the backseat?
Man, to be honest, the only reason that happened is because I had epilepsy. I couldn't drive no more. I've been having epilepsy since July 29th of 2021 is when I got diagnosed. So I haven't been able to drive since then. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit healthier. That's kind of why I took a break a little bit. So it kind of, to me, in my opinion, it kind of fucked up my consistency. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
But that's the only reason I started hiring a driver and paying them, you know what I'm saying? Which costs money.
For sure.
I gotta pay a lot of money to do this shit. And but people like that too, you know what I'm saying? People like the look of that, which I kinda like the original version, because it didn't cost me that much money. You know what I'm saying?
It's more cost efficient for sure.
In my opinion, it kinda looked better, but you know, it's 50-50. Eventually I kinda liked the gradual look of it. It kind of looked more luxurious, you know what I'm saying? And it's a little easier. I don't got to worry about traffic and shit like that. So it's 50-50, you know what I'm saying? But that was the main reason I can't drive legally. and physically, you know what I'm saying? I can't drive. That's the only reason I'm in the back seat.
But now we got to explain epilepsy, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, including myself, we're ignorant to what epilepsy is.
Yeah.
Of course, we think like, fuck, somebody who had epilepsy, just nigga be talking and just be sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you explain a little bit off camera that it's a little bit it's way broader than just the person falling asleep. So kind of explain epilepsy and the uniqueness as it pertains to you.
Man, to be honest, that was like the main reason I wanted to do this interview, is to spread awareness on epilepsy, because I lost a lot of relationships due to me having epilepsy.
Really?
A lot of like pretty much every relationship I had, I lost due to epilepsy.
Damn.
But I would say, and I mean, when I say every, I mean every. But pretty much what I learned from epilepsy is pretty much it's a seizure disorder, and it's 30 different types of seizures. I didn't realize that before I had epilepsy. A seizure, when you think of a seizure, you think of a nigga falling on the floor and shaking and shit like that.
Yeah.
But pretty much the type of epilepsy I got is called complex partial temporal lobe. So that means the right side of my brain is what control the type of seizures I have, which means like basically I go into a daydream, but I'm still aware. Well, I'm still able to do shit, but I'm not aware. So I lose consciousness, but I'm still able to do shit. Like, I done text people before, I done ran before, I done cleaned up before, you know what I'm saying?
But did you rob a bank yet?
I haven't robbed a bank.
Ah.
I have damn near like walked out of my house before, because I got cameras in my crib. So I almost walked out of my crib before. I couldn't believe it. And shit, all kind of shit. But I luckily that never happened. You know what I'm saying?
Well, why would somebody lose why would you think you would lose relationships? Because of, I mean, we're all subject to illness at some point in time in life.
It could be my fault, man, for having resentment. I don't want to name drop, but the first relationship I lost, which was like a friend in the industry, I had a seizure, you know what I'm saying, in front of him, and I felt like he didn't really give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of somebody in the industry that does this shit, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like, damn, bro, you didn't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying?
What made you not give a fuck? Because it could be ignorance and not know.
Exactly. I mean, and some of this shit I'm kind of getting over. It take a long time for me to realize, like, damn, you might not know what to do right now if I have a seizure. So maybe it's taking me time to kind of get over some of the resentment I'm having towards people.
Yeah.
So some of it is me, some of it is them. You know what I'm saying? Even though I try to explain as much as possible, like what happens, what it is, like what's going on before and after the fact. And you could kind of see what the fuck going on, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty obvious, like, that I'm not myself, you know what I'm saying, once it's happening. But
so it is, because, like, the way that you explain it make me feel like, for me, it would make me feel like I would look at you like, how do I know if you're in the episode or not? You know what I'm saying? So is it
obvious?
Yeah, so it is obvious.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
And for you, how do you know it's pretty obvious when it's you that's going through it and not really cognitive of what you're going through?
Because when I come out, I'm confused and a bitch, and then I got to ask people what just happened, because I might be sitting right here and then I end up over there. And then I'll be like, damn, how I get over there? You know what I'm saying? Or how I end up outside or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if for me, if you're a wanderer, of course, that would kind of throw a red flag. But I've interviewed a lot of people that I kind of felt like maybe they were high.
Exactly.
But maybe I'm wrong, because maybe they could have been dealing with some type of medical issue that I assumed that they were high.
Yeah.
So if a person don't know your situation, they may like, shit, that nigga might have popped a bean, might have sipped a little something, and it's just him.
A person that don't know me, I think, would think I'm drunk, but somebody that know me, I think it'll be terrifying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've actually told my girlfriend at the time to record me so I could see it, and it's terrifying to me. When I seen it, it was terrifying. Like, so I know for a fact somebody that know me that seen it, it'll be terrifying. And people that know me, most of the people that seen me, like a lot of people that seen me knew that it's terrifying. Like, I ain't gonna say some of the people, some of other people that are core friends of mine, they been telling me like, oh shit, like they know, you know what I'm saying? But most of my relationships I totally lost. Like, when I say every relationship, I mean like every relationship I
Now,
lost.
is it so? Because I posted a post earlier today. I don't know if you've seen it, and it talked about it talked about victim mentality, and I feel like I know for myself, I've been guilty of it, where I look at my circumstance and then I look at the people around me, and I begin to accuse them of being against me, and so I cut them off and isolate myself. And then I convince myself that I'm alone. But really in the mind state is that those people around me are really for me. They may not understand what I'm going through, but it's my fault that I cut them off. When you look at the people around you who don't understand epilepsy, that don't understand that it's 30 plus different types of it.
Exactly.
Could it be more so you cutting yourself off and punishing them for their ignorance because they don't know?
That's why I say, like, it's taking me time, like a year or so. How long has it been since July 29th? Damn near a year and a half or so, off the top of my head. Just now I'm kind of getting to that point to where I'm feeling like, okay, maybe it is possible that I did have a victim mentality. It is a possibility. But when I explained to some people over and over and over again, and then it was a few people that I fuck with on a consistent basis, and a small group of people that just supported me so strong throughout the whole process, I'm 50-50 on that, you know what I'm saying? So I've been alone a lot in this whole process, and then it's people that been like right there with me, so it's kind of hard to say.
So give me that date. So July what of last year you found out?
July 29th, 2021.
So July 28th before.
29th.
No, I'm saying, but on the day before and beyond, before that, before the 29th.
That's
so the 28th
when I was diagnosed.
Yeah, the 29th is when you was diagnosed.
Yeah.
But the 28th and before, did you feel like before the 29th, that whole time you were healthy? Like, what made you go on the 29th to find out you were diagnosed? Like, what was the trigger or something? What happened that made it like, hey, something is going on with you, bro?
The first day that happened, I was driving, and luckily, man, because you could die from this shit. You could have a wreck while you're driving. So I was driving, and luckily, in my apartment complex, I was driving, and I hit a bush. It's a bush in front of my apartments.
Damn.
I was driving, and I hit a bush. Like, as soon as I was pulling out finna go somewhere, I hit a bush. And then, you know, I had my girl with me at the time, and we was like, damn, this shit weird, you know what I'm saying? So we like went back upstairs and were like, let's rest, you know what I'm saying? And then it happened again. What's weird is, shout out to Shawn because I was finna go to LA the next day. I was in front of his store right there in Deep Ellum, you know what I'm saying? I was just finna go out there to shop, and then I think it happened again there, and then it happened again. I was in South Dallas, and I didn't know it happened, so my girl had to put me in the passenger seat.
Damn.
So it happened like 4 times that day. And
now, give me your girl perspective. Like, is it you? Like, are you babbling? Like, or like, what's the trigger for her to realize, hey, you're not yourself? Like, what's your girl perspective of seeing what you were going through?
I mean, like, I told her to record it one time, so I was shaking real bad. I was staring, like a blank stare, and like I said, I was trembling a little bit. My right arm was trembling. I was shaking. I wasn't talking at all. Like, I wasn't responding to nothing she was saying, and I mean, I couldn't drive, you know what I'm saying?
So your eyes is open.
Yeah, my eyes open.
To her, she looked conscious, but you're not responding.
Exactly. And then she had to put me in the passenger seat because I couldn't do shit. And luckily I didn't wreck, you know what I'm saying? I had like 4 seizures that day, but we didn't go to the hospital that day because we didn't know what was wrong. So like 2 days later, we ended up going. Even though I don't think nothing happened after that, I think we just decided to go 2 days after that. And I think while I was checking in the emergency room, it happened right then when I was checking in, letting them know what happened, and then they knew what was up. And then immediately I went to the emergency room. Like they checked me. They admitted me like right then because I was having a seizure.
Gotcha.
As I was checking in, letting them know what was up.
Now, looking back at like over your whole life, do you feel like maybe this been going? Did you pinpoint a time frame where you think this maybe has started?
No, this came out of nowhere. And then after me researching, 30% of people this happened to out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Out of nowhere.
And this is the most common type of seizure that happen for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Some people, they hit their head and it happened, and other shit, you know, they born with it and shit like that. But this is a type of common seizure that happened for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And this you know, happened to me.
Gotcha. Man, I appreciate you sharing that because I mean it takes a lot to be transparent. It makes a lot of sense of why you transitioned the way that you did, from driving to going to the backseat. I mean, hopefully people who hear this and those who've been around that's been made aware of this start to understand that, number one, it ain't your fault.
Yeah.
Everybody in life, care who you are, you may be completely healthy now. As they say, at some point in life, that check engine light gonna come on.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? We all gonna deal with it, and we hope that everybody give us the grace and the space to walk through that journey together. You know what I mean? So,
man,
I appreciate you come sitting here with me and just sharing that with me.
Man, you know where you are, but you don't know where you going. That's what I realized with this shit. And then now I realize I gotta have more empathy with people, no matter what they going through. Because I never realized depression was a real thing. Like I never thought I could be depressed ever, and I never thought I would talk about this publicly. I never told nobody this publicly. That's the only reason I wanted to come on your platform, was to spread awareness about this. I never talked about it on my show or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Why did you feel like you needed to talk about it?
Because people don't know. You know what I'm saying? People are not aware. And like I said, I lost every relationship. I mean, when I talk about every relationship, shout out to G Money LilRonnie, because at the time I was like managing him, or he would call me his assistant or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was a real nigga in the situation. I would give him a title of a nigga who supported me. And when I did have seizures with him, I would appreciate the way he handled it. You know what I'm saying? Versus some of the people I felt like I grew up with, or that was around me from day one. But I got to give him a real nigga award, because I appreciate the way he handled it. We was out on the road. We was at airports. We was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Even though that kind of cut my dream job short. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I got to shout him out right now, because I really appreciated the way he handled it, you know, when I was having seizures around him.
So let's get into the music phase of everything. So you, like you said, you were assistant / management to GS LilRonnie. Like, how did your relationship come with him?
Man, that's one of my favorite artists of all time. Not even just Texas, not even just locally. I'm just saying music, period. Like, he one of my artists. And I've been knowing him or of him for a long ass time. You know, I've been, just like I say, I've been around this shit for a minute. So I've been probably on stage with him. I remember the first time I ever heard him or seen him, I know him through a mutual friend. Shout out T-Real. I think T-Real kind of grew up with him. So I remember being on stage with him at a show, and niggas was singing his shit word for word a long ass time ago. This was before GoYayo. Like a long ass time ago. He was rapping before GoYayo. And I think this was before Lil Zach died, which is his kinfolk. And niggas probably know of me, we know of each other. And then after the HoodFame, I've just been a huge ass fan. And I basically just been showing love and showing love. And then I interviewed him, you know, we kind of built a close relationship. Then I basically kind of just asked, bro, can I be down? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say I begged, but I pretty much kept showing love, and kind of just like asked, can I be down? What you doing? Can I, I almost say begged. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what was it about GS LilRonnie that made him your favorite? Like, what made him stand out of all the artists in the DFW that you could have potentially tried to work with or take that same position with?
He the most lyrical.
Mm.
In my opinion, got the best image. And after being close with him, seeing him work, at the time before I started hanging with, like being around him, he had dropped 30 videos. Like this was the peak of his career, like 2019 to 2020. He had dropped like 30 videos. This when they was fucking with TSF and shit like that. He dropped 30 videos in a year. So his work ethic and, HoodFame and TSF was at the top of Texas at that time. So I was just a fan of everything that they dropped. And I pretty much wanted to work with them. I felt like he was dropping high quality music, high quality videos, got swag, everything, you know what I'm saying? Plus I already kind of knew of him, and I just was fucking with all the music, you know what I'm saying? Then I just felt like he just was the most lyrical street rapper out there, and I just wanted to be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I could contribute.
Now, HoodFame or GS LilRonnie, got the reputation as the best gambler in Texas.
Exactly.
Did you get a chance to see the best gambler in Texas in action?
Yes.
Well, give me a story, man, where you felt like he broke somebody's pockets.
We was at I could give you a few examples, but one, it was like a private event, and he basically, I think I got the footage of this shit somewhere, but it was like a convention, and he was holding up a sign where basically he got on the mic. It was a live event, like with different people selling shit and everything. But he was like, basically, he got on the mic. DJ Trill was DJing, and he got on the mic, and it was like roll a 4, or I can't remember the other number, probably some hard number to roll, 4 or some other number. My bad, I can't remember the other number.
That's cool.
4. I wish I could remember the other number, but he basically had a table at a convention where he was telling people to come to his table and roll a 4 or the other number. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all roll the 4 the number, just bet, come to this table, and it's a convention basically, and you come to this table, and that's what my table is about. People selling shirts over here, they selling this over there, but my table is about 4 and this number, you know what I'm saying? Probably a 10 or 4, because I was like some of the hardest numbers. And shit, he was hitting the whole time, you know what I'm saying? Had a big ass stack of money already ready to bet whoever, you know what I'm saying? And I know I got that footage somewhere.
Had you ever seen the best gambler take a loss?
I don't think so.
Nah.
No, I don't think so. Not. I got the footage probably everywhere, and I don't think I seen him take a L.
Working with LilRonnie, were you working with him at the time he was with TSF?
Nah, this was unfortunately during, when I was having the disagreements and shit like that. I think I came like right around the disagreement time. You know what I'm saying?
Because LilRonnie seems so kind of like just chill.
Exactly.
Like player, like how does he handle? Because GoYayo has always been rambunctious. He's the louder one. He's the more aggressive one.
Yeah.
LilRonnie kind of chill. How was he handling such a close relationship that turned the way that it did?
Yeah, that's when I did one of my first interviews with him. That's what I asked him too, and that's just how he is. But he feel like people that deal with Yayo or got that beef, they already know the situation. Like they kind of know what's up. You know what I'm saying? They know that Yayo they know the differences already. You know what I'm saying? Like they pretty much know what they dealing with when they dealing with Yayo or what. It's almost like a separate situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though they beefing, they know what's up. You know what I'm saying? They know
Yeah.
the differences between the two.
Got you. Now, we live in this space right now where Dallas, DFW especially, is one of the most concentrated areas for interview platforms, blogs, things of that nature. How do you feel about all the blogs that's around, the interview platforms that's around, and what's some of your favorite ones?
Man, I like them all, man, or at least the ones I know of. I apologize if I haven't heard of yours, but you know, Boss Talk is probably, you know, one of my favorites. Even though I haven't really watched them, I just seen a lot of clips. Of course, yours, Say Cheese, The GOAT, Real Life. Off the top of my head, that's really the ones that come to mind off the top of my head. If it's somebody else, I apologize. But that's the ones who, you know what I'm saying? And I got to give a lot of shout out to you, because I remember when I was first starting, you know what I'm saying? Me and you was chopping it up. You was kind of giving me some game. You wasn't really hating. How long you been doing?
This my third year.
See, yeah, me and you kind of started around the same time, and you was kind of fucking with me, giving me some game, bro. And I hate I took time off, because I know I would be a lot further. I would be like one of the GOATs right now. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, don't feel bad, bro, because same way with me. I think back in March of last year, my dumb ass decided to go to a little spot and have my camera, because I was on my way to an interview.
Yeah.
Interview canceled. I was like, well, I'm on this side of town. Let me pull up to this spot. Pull up to one of the spots I normally frequent with my camera shit in my truck.
Man.
Come out the spot. Window popped out. All my camera shit gone.
Damn.
So everything, like all the audio shit, all the camera shit, I think this happened in March.
Yeah.
Thankfully, being a homeowner, I had homeowner insurance, so I replaced everything.
Yeah.
But that's a process. So you're talking about 3 months,
Man.
of not being able to do any content.
Man.
And then once you get it, you out of the rhythm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, I had an assistant. Some things went left with that assistant.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff went happen that was going on behind the scenes. That too, it was a lot of stuff going on, and it affects. Life happens.
Yeah, I feel like I took a lot of time off, because like I said, I was working my dream job, being like an assistant.
Yeah.
That took some time off. That was my dream job, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then this epilepsy took some time off, and then I feel like people ain't really getting back in it. I don't know if I'm respected as I was, so I feel like, you know, it's been a little harder, but you know, I got an archive, so we good.
You know what? In this thing, I guess respect is always a thing. When I look at your platform, I think the only thing that you hadn't done that we all have done is we all cross-pollinated. I think this may be at least from my knowledge, of seeing you being interviewed on another platform.
Okay.
And so, like,
I
you
did
know,
Real Life.
Okay, you did Real Life. So I did Real Life. I did Dallas Global. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've did a bunch of different. I've been on Boss Talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, been, you know what I'm saying, with Big Ant. Like, you know, you kind of cross-pollinate to kind of help promote your own platform by partnering up with other platforms.
Yeah.
And I think for you, is you kind of always been isolated. Because one of the things that make me and you unique, unlike everybody else, is me and you probably got the most interaction and interviews out of Shawn Cotton.
Yeah.
He kind of hard to land. And I think between me and you, blow for blow, we got the most interviews with Shawn, man. Tell me how you were able to meet Shawn and build that relationship.
Man, I've been knowing Shawn Cotton. Man, sometimes when I look on my memories on Facebook, because, you know, Facebook kind of pop up, I've been knowing Shawn Cotton for a long ass time. When I look at my memories just pop up on Facebook, we done threw so many parties together from way back in the day.
So you was around with Call of Booty?
Call of Booty, we threw that together.
Okay.
1.5, like, we done did a lot of shit together. He hosted one of our mixtapes. 2012, I think.
Okay.
So I've been knowing Cotton for a minute. So shout out to Cotton. He been a real nigga to me. He wanted to see me win. He didn't threw me so many oops I fumbled. To be honest with you, he wanted to see me win in a lot of shit.
Explain
Music.
What did you fumble?
I fumbled.
What's one of your biggest regrets? Like, damn.
Charleston White interview. I fumbled a Charleston White interview. I fumbled a Create Music deal.
Okay.
With I fumbled a Create Music group deal with G Money LilRonnie because of my epilepsy. Another thing with epilepsy is it fuck up your memory real bad. So I got a call from Create Music Group, but I don't remember nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? All I know is I messaged Cotton and I said thank you for that call, but I don't remember nothing from that call.
Damn.
So that was a big ass fumble, and I keep asking them to this day what happened, and I don't remember. So Create Music Group was the label I wanted to sign to, and I got a call from that label that was due to Cotton. Cotton also had me another artist, but that was his fault. The other artist was his fault. I mean, the other artist, that was the artist's fault.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? But Cotton is a person who didn't put me in great position. Super real nigga. Shout out to him.
Now, I remember you reached out to me and he was like, hey, you want to interview LilRonnie? I'm like, yeah, have him pull him up. Have him pull up. And then you hit me back and was like, well, he don't want to do the interview because you interviewed Charleston.
Yeah, I remember that.
Kind of break that down, because like, why would he punish me for just interviewing?
Man, 'cause I think at the time
Charleston was new.
Yeah, his reputation at that time.
Yeah.
We didn't know what Charleston was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Charleston got mixed reviews. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know at this point. I didn't know he was gonna be what he is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Charleston. You know, he kind of had a weird reputation. He still kind of got a weird reputation.
I feel like Charleston got a pass now.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a lot of people kind of at this point, like, I ain't gonna lie, looking at Charleston, I thought he had a ceiling. And every time I thought he had a ceiling, like this is as big as he can get, he found a way to burst through that ceiling and hit a whole nother level.
Salute to him, man,
Yeah.
because we did not know. I mean, he used what he had and turned it into something we did not know. You know what I'm saying? We did not know it was going to be this. But that was my biggest regret, and that was part of epilepsy. That was part of me not being as well as I could be, you know what I'm saying, and not having my shit together at the time. And, you know, that was all set up by Shawn Cotton.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had the whole interview set up, and I just fumbled. I just wasn't ready, you know what I'm saying? And I could have kind of told him that, but I wasn't ready to do that interview.
Now, when you look at the blogs in the area, I mean, you got a lot. Do you feel like it's a competition?
Yeah, I look at it like that. Like, me and you was kind of talking about it off camera. Like I say, you started 3 years ago. I kind of started 2.5 years ago. So I know I'm one of the GOATs. I can't cap. Like, the questions I asked, the guests I done had. But at the same time, I know I got a very niche audience. But I should be a lot further. A lot of people know I'm the GOAT. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I'm the best. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like the questions I ask, the guests I have, the way I do my shit in the car is the best. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. But I should be a lot further. So you having your numbers, I love that. You know what I'm saying? I respect to everybody, friendly competition though. So with you, me and you starting around the same time, my numbers should be up there. You know what I'm saying? I did Real Life Street Stars. They done gave me my homage. Salute to them. They way more advanced than me, so I'm not even gonna put me in they category. Like, they Golden State Warriors. You know what I'm saying? They the Bulls. So they way. But me and you starting around the same time. Boss Talk being where they at and getting so many good interviews in a short amount of time. How long they been around? Maybe
2 years.
2 years.
Like
So
2
they
years.
been around the same amount as me. So they basically blowing me out. So I'm like I like to correlate shit to sports. So I'm trying to think of a team they like shit, I don't know, a team who came out of nowhere and just blasting shit off. But I'm pretty much behind where I should be, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. But some of it is due to me taking time off the field issues, IR, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my work ethic right now, at this moment right now, I'm so motivated. And I think I'm going harder than I ever went, like when I first started. So I feel like I should be a lot further than I am.
And see me, I don't look at. I guess people use whatever it is to motivate them.
Yeah.
Which is okay. Like, I don't look at competition.
Yeah.
For me, in the media space, I don't look at it as competition because I think it's dope that an artist from out of town or an artist in the city can come here and go do a media run. And every platform they get on is unique and does its own way. And so to me, it's like, yeah, we're all in the space of interviewing, but it's almost like a different sport.
Yeah.
For every person. I do love what Boss Talk did because
I love Boss Talk.
Shout out to E, because the one thing that E understands is, number one, E got time on us. E been around. E done been through life. E kids are damn near grown. So like the young people shit that we still got to deal with, he on the other side of that.
Yeah.
This is him enjoying himself, talking, kicking it.
Yeah.
His money is where he need to be. The stability is where it need to be. E is wise because he brings his wife in and she's part of the team. So whenever you see all the clips getting posted online, his wife take care of all of that.
Okay.
E handles his role of editing the videos, getting them up. And so you and I, while we're sitting and doing we are Mr. Everything.
Yeah.
Well, I got a wife at home. I should have easily done what E did and had my wife doing all the clips.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, I got a vision of how I want things to be done. So I but then it slows me down.
Yeah.
Because it's almost so much time in a day. And then, I got little babies at the house.
Exactly.
I got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the playing the daddy. I mean, I'm not saying I'm newly married, but I ain't old, man. I've been married 8 years. You know, I think them got decades. They got a system.
Yeah, exactly.
They got an amazing system, and their work ethic their work ethic is crazy.
Yeah.
And politics, the way that he politics and just get people on his side. Like, he do an interview and he connect with them, he stay with them. Me, I'm an asshole. So, and not purposely, but something about me, bro. People do an interview with me and I think it's good, and then they like not fucking with me no more. They fucking with me no more. I'm like, hey, I don't know what it is.
That's crazy. See, if you get an interview and I can't get it, I kind of take that personal, bro. Because like I said, I think I'm the best platform in the city. Like, man, I like E. Like I said, I haven't personally tapped in and watched all his interviews and shit like that. But from the clips and shit I seen, he dope as fuck. Like you said, he is good as fuck. Like, he up there. But
for sure.
If somebody get an interview and I don't get it and I feel like I'm the best, I take that a little personal. Like, if I call somebody and I can't get them, or if I reach out to somebody and they not tapping in, probably because I ain't got the numbers and shit like that, and the time I done put in, like, I don't have the numbers and the time that they expect it to be, probably, then it's kind of like, damn, you don't realize, or you not watching the interview or something, like, you don't realize how good and dope this shit is. And then some people do give me my flowers, like, damn, bro, this the best platform in the city. No disrespect to nobody else, but damn, this shit dope and refreshing, you know what I'm saying? So I do look at it as a friendly competition, not like no disrespect to nobody, but I look at it like, I need to be up there where y'all is, the big dogs, because you know what I'm saying? Because I'm working hard. Like you said, it's just me. I don't got nobody else. I came up with this idea. I'm paying a driver. I'm editing this shit by myself.
Maybe that's our downfall. Maybe we need to stop doing by ourselves.
I know that, but I'm gonna have to pay somebody else too. And who else gonna give a fuck like you?
Hey man, if you want to get paid, that's the incentive.
I'm not finna pay nobody else.
I mean, I get
pay
it,
a
but
driver.
but I get why Boss Talk is as great as it is. Like everybody that does well has a team. Like look at Real Tune.
Real
Tune
talk.
does a great job. Tune has a team. Shawn does an amazing job. He has a team.
You gotta get to that level.
And I think that the problem with you and I is just us. So when life happens, everything stops.
Yeah.
Because it's just us. Where life can happen to Boss Talk, and he still got somebody else to pick it up.
Nah, you right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing is like something, God forbid, but something Shawn could take a break and go on a 2-week hiatus, but he got editors.
You right.
They got the stuff that's in the tuck getting uploaded.
Right.
For me and you, if we don't sit down and edit them shits, they in the tuck.
You right.
And so when life happened to us, and me and you screw because it's just on me and you.
Yeah. It's just two.
Real life street stars, a team.
Yep. You right.
So I think me and you got to sit down and figure out our team.
It's about that archive too, man. Like if I don't get I gotta get these interviews. Like I gotta have the respect too. Like I gotta have that respect to get the interviews.
Why do you gotta have the respect?
Because you need those interviews. Like I gotta get certain names to even get the respect. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta get certain names. Like I don't want to name drop, but it's certain interviews you probably got recently that I didn't get. You know what I'm saying? And I should get those. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Like it or vice versa. Like however you want to put it. Like it's the respect because shit. Like I say people have paid me for interviews. You know what I'm saying? So I do get some you know form of respect. But I want the names. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I care about.
I didn't feel bad about that. Initially, I used to take it personal. But this, I learned some hard lessons for taking things personal. Number one, I remember C Struggs. This is when I was like playing around with the podcast when I had this studio here that we in. This was my studio. And and the podcast was called Mogul Moves Only. Yeah. And I put the video out, but I would mostly put the audio on like podcast for Apple Music.
Yeah.
And I had C Struggs. And C Struggs was supposed to pull up.
R.I.P.
And recipe C Struggs. And Struggs didn't pull up. He stood me up.
Man.
And I took it personal. A little bit hurt, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't put money in his pocket before. And he was like, man, I was coming back from Houston. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I meant to do the interview, bro. I just fell asleep, bro. My bad. I'm going to make it up. Day or two later, he in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So I start to realize, number one, you just don't know what people are going through.
Yeah.
So don't take it personal. But then when I heard Vlad talk about people not showing up to his interviews and as big as he is, I start to realize, bro, this is just part of the game.
Yeah.
It happens. And interviews, you're going to land them boys when it's time to land them.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I don't take it personal. You know how many people probably look like how he get Shawn Cotton, and I ain't looking at you like how you get Shawn Cotton, I ain't got it.
That's a good point.
You got a GS LilRonnie, you got that relationship, I ain't got it. I supposed to did Bugatti today. I talked to him yesterday. He said he'd do it. It didn't happen. I mean, this is just part.
That's a good point.
And I think we all go through it. But I think me and you take it harder because it's me and you that's doing everything.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, my time, you know.
It's like I'm hungry, though, too. I'm hungry than a bitch, and I want it right now, bro. I want all these. I got a list, and I want all of them, and I want that respect, bro. That's what I care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially right now, because I took a little hiatus, and my health is a little better. I'm not even 100%, and I'm investing so much now that I got a driver and shit like that.
Yeah.
I want this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the respect is not as high because of the hiatus and the numbers. So I know it's a little bit harder for me being that I don't have the numbers.
And see, me, I don't even care. Shawn gave me the coldest advice ever. Don't look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Just put your head down, put the interviews out. He was like, because the crutch is when your numbers are real high, you on this amazing high. He's like, but them numbers gonna dip.
Yeah.
And when they dip, now you're on this terrible low.
Yep.
He was like, and so you just got to think like, and my brother Ken, shout out to him, he was just got to think like sometimes just put the interview out for who it's for. So if you get 300 views on that, think about it. He's like, bro, that's 300 eyes that still watched it and they enjoyed that interview. I know we want the hundreds of thousands, but when them hundreds of thousands hit, it comes not because you predicted it. It come out of nowhere. Like when I got my first 6-figure interview that did views, I interviewed Kenny B about LilRonnie at the mall.
Yeah.
And I put it, not thinking that it's going to do anything, and then I looked and it was like 100,000. I was like, no, it's broke.
Yeah,
and I looked, 300,000. I'm like, what?
Damn.
Then 500,000. I'm like, damn, but it's not something that I would have predicted. And then you get these names, and you be like, oh, I got this person. He got a name. This interview going to go stupid.
And it don't.
And it don't.
Yep.
And so it's just one of those things that we're not in control of that. All we in control is our consistency and giving our people that content. And so with that, I don't look at it as I don't care about the respect thing. I just interview people I want to interview and people who I enjoy and hear their story. I really interview for me.
You're right. Me too.
It's just a time capsule for me so that when I'm old and I can't do shit, if anything, I can hopefully go back and just look at all the shit I was able to do when I'm young and just hope that people enjoy it. But it's dope to be a part of Boss Talk and watching them grow. It's dope to now be a part of you and watching you grow. It's dope that people pour into me. It's cool, the community. And it's cool if you compete. I ain't against that either. If that's going to push you to be better and keep elevating, because if you elevate, we all elevate.
Yeah.
Because now that means driver seat going stupid. And then I got DDK on my platform. Now my platform goes stupid, and it all helps. But I don't really pay attention to numbers.
Because I look at you as motivation, and it ain't just, it ain't no hate or nothing like that. It's just motivation, bro. Like, damn, Mogul Media started around the time I did, and now look at him. Like, that's motivation to me, and it feel like that's what I should be doing, especially with me feeling like the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to none of y'all. That's just me feeling like a Steph in this shit. And then shit, you could be LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're a rapper, so you used to coming from that world of being the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, bro, I want to debate and argue with people.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the shit. They say you can't talk about God and politics. I want to tell people they stupid for believing in God, and then they tell me I'm going to hell for not. I like all of that because I want to create the dialogue. I want to create a space where you could come. And that's for me.
And some of the shit you've been posting lately been crazy.
Oh, man, the gentlemen versus the gangsters.
I like some of this shit, but some of the shit is just for you to debate for sure.
What you disagree with? Because I feel like...
I don't know. Some of the shit I kind of agree with, but the paying for pussy part, I don't know.
I think that's the best.
For real?
I feel like tricking is the most... It depends on what you value. Do you value money or you value time? Like, for example, if your car break down, sure, you can get on YouTube and figure out how to fix your car. Or you could you get paid for it and have somebody else fix it for you. Is, do you value your money or your time? I value my time. If I'm kicking it with a chick and I'm attracted to her and I want to smash, and she say, this is how much it is, and shit, if it's nothing to me, why not? If you telling me, let's say if you're a millionaire, right?
Yeah.
You're a multi-millionaire. You know, in your bank account you got $30 million.
Yeah.
And this chick here cold. And she's like, man, I just need my rent paid. I'm down for whatever. It's $1,200. All the millions, 1,200 is nothing to you. Do you not drop the 12?
That's putting it in a different perspective.
It's still tricking.
That's a different
It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is paying for pussy. Most people say I'm not paying because maybe they thinking the price that is being asked for is beyond.
But you putting it in a multi-millionaire perspective.
It doesn't matter. Okay, let's say I spend $300, $400 on a nice dinner, champagne, 6-course meal, and this chick say she need $200 for me to smash. I spend more than that on a meal.
Real talk.
$200 ain't going,
right?
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to me.
But you said a stable house. You gonna have a stable house home and.
No, what I said is most dudes who don't pay. Well, most dudes who do pay for vagina or pussy has a stable household, got a loving spouse, and take care of their kids. They live with their kids. Most dudes who just bank it on they player, they being player, ain't got to spend no money. Them usually the dudes who don't live with their kids. You know what I'm saying? They got baby mama drama, because they do. Why? Because they're pulling women off of who they are, the things that they promising they can do for them. Oh yeah, I'm rocking with you, girl. Yeah, one day we gonna be together. They fucking with emotions.
Yeah. That's low key true.
I know, man. Come on, man. I pop shit with logic. I don't pop shit, and that's what I'm saying.
That's low key.
So when you play it, that's cool. Mister, you look good. I got abs. I just pull chicks off of mine. And then you got all them chicks, but all them chicks thinking they gonna be with you.
Yeah.
And then your shit get.
Not
go ahead.
all the time, no. I ain't gonna
but
say
notice I said usually.
Yeah.
I didn't say all.
Yeah.
I said usually.
Yeah.
Dudes who, and that's what I put on there.
Yeah, that's a good point, low key. A good point, low key. You know, yeah.
I'm gonna post a quote up there for people to see and let them. I'm gonna put a poll up and let them debate.
It's like 50-50.
It's a good debate piece.
It's a good debate. I like that.
But in your case, would you rather be a gentleman or a gangster?
I'm a gentleman.
Yeah.
I'm a gentleman for sure.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, like, bro, who wants to be gangster? Gangsters just hang around with niggas.
Yeah, I'm a gentleman for sure. But gentlemen get you nowhere.
It gets you a lot of places.
As far as with women?
A lot of places. Everywhere. As a gentleman, because the caveat with a gentleman is, if you look up the definition, it's a person who do things with honor.
Oh, well, yeah.
So
I feel like in general, yes, but with women in this generation, I don't think being a gentleman in this generation really is the same as being a gentleman, like, you know,
no, I agree.
In the 50s and 60s and shit like that.
But even then, women want money. I don't give a fuck who you are, bro. At the end of the day, women want money.
It's not the same.
It don't matter. Back in the 50s, women couldn't get good jobs. Guess who they depended on? The man. And the reason why you wanted a doctor, you didn't teach, back in the 50s, they didn't teach girls that they can be doctors and lawyers. They taught them to marry doctors and lawyers.
They wasn't selling pussy back then. No.
Always selling pussy.
OnlyFans and shit?
It
wasn't at a high level, though.
Oh, no. Prostitution is the oldest profession in the world. Prostitution is what built, you wouldn't have California or the West Coast without prostitution. I'm going to explain to you how.
I guess it's the internet. I don't know.
Yeah, but the internet just make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
But when the gold rush, the 49ers, you know what I'm saying, 1849, that gold rush that happened out on the West Coast, a bunch of dudes moved out there in tents, working the gold mine, no women out there. And then a woman, I forgot her name, a madam moved out there. Like, dudes was paying like top dollars for women pantyhose.
I think it was way more people married and families together in the 50s, less single parents back then than now.
Yeah, because a lot of people think marriage is bullshit now. Marriage is not a necessity.
Because of women.
No, because of the lack of rights that women had. Women didn't have access to great paying jobs. Women weren't bosses like that. Now women get into the bag. And so women realize, like, my nigga, I don't have to live under, because, yeah, they had 2-parent households, but back then daddy was whooping your mama ass and knew he can whoop her ass because she couldn't go nowhere else.
That's how you
Domestic. That's what it was. Domestic violence was high as hell back there. Back then.
I know a lot of parents. I know a lot of people who in the 50s that still married now.
Yeah, they old school. Because where do the woman go? At the end of the day, I mean, you look at it back then, man, like, women are bosses now. At the end of the day.
Who fault is that?
What you mean?
Who fault is it that women getting money?
I don't think it's nobody's fault.
Independent women, like women being independent, or feeling like they equal or better than men.
I don't feel like it's no fault. I think at the end of the day, society, this is my thing, and I tell people all the time, your perceived reality becomes your reality. So how you decide to view things,
that's a fact,
is how you're going to see it. Regardless if it's not like that or not. If you perceive it, that's how it is. I think when I look at society, men are so butthurt if our women choose somebody else. And I feel like it was just a bunch of men who created a bunch of rules to keep their chicks away from other niggas. But now with internet and all this shit, just like how white people try to keep black people from being able to get loans and get properties and stuff and open up businesses, it's hard to do that now with the real estate. I mean, with the internet.
Yeah. So you think because of the internet, that's why women are bosses or choosing other niggas? I
think for as long as we know, women has been just as sexual as men, but men were praised for being the dude. You notice, like, when you young, even your mama tell you, boy, you don't settle down with that girl. You need to have friends. Like, even your mama would curse the little boy to go out and have multiple partners, explore life. But the little girl try to save yourself from marriage.
Exactly.
But women has always been just as sexual as men. It's just that the stigma, the double standard has been put on them. But now it's like, hey, I'm getting money.
So now I can have sex with
whoever I want, nigga. If you ain't making no money, my nigga, like Gabrielle Union said, nigga, I was paying all the bills.
Yeah.
If I'm paying all the bills, shut the fuck up.
So
period.
I don't know.
If you the breadwinner,
I think
it's what happens.
I think it's frowned upon for women to be sexual or openly, like, you don't want no women, so you would fuck with the women who selling their pussy or OnlyFans?
They are, though.
All women are selling their pussy?
All of them. Why you think women don't date down? If you go find a woman that's making $100,000 a year, 9 times out of 10, she's not dating a dude that make less than her. Women only date across or up. So women are always trying to find a dude who make the most money. I say it's like, it's primitive, right? Like, if you go back into prehistoric days, women wanted the man who could hunt squirrels. The dude who brought the most squirrels home is the dude you let fuck because he the one that can provide for the babies if we have some, because that's what sex does. It creates offspring. He can go bring and make sure our family survive.
Yeah.
So she cool with the nigga that hunt squirrels. Until the day she found a nigga that could hunt whales. Yeah. And then you be like, God damn, she done dipped on the nigga who could catch 100 squirrels for the nigga who can catch one giant whale.
Yeah.
Because he could create a whole nother lifestyle for a whole nother family. Women have always been about money. And what I mean by money is not just like currency, but the ability of a lifestyle that they can live where they don't have to worry about what we're going to eat. And they want to be able to live in a place where it's above means.
Yeah.
And so that's why
they just not openly sexual, though.
They are. They very openly sexual. In fact, I saw in a Men's Health magazine, they did a research with women. And it was showing women and men like porn, right?
Yeah.
And for the dudes, they showed them straight dudes and straight women. They showed the dudes porn, and all the dudes got turned on sexually from heterosexual sex and girl-on-girl sex. When they took a straight woman and showed her porn, she got turned on from heterosex, girl-on-girl sex, guy-on-guy sex, gang-bang sex. Like, her mind sexually, she was stimulated from all these different variables of sex. They're way more sexual than us.
But tell me this, online, a woman is not finna post like, now, okay, a woman will rarely say, damn, I want to hit something new, or damn, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me find something new to hit. A dude would say something like that online.
Yeah, a dude has the freedom to say it and not be judged.
Exactly. That's
But
more
a woman,
common.
But a man has no control of that. See, a man is a pussy purchaser. A woman is a pussy dealer. I don't care who you are as a man. The woman has control of who gets pussy or not.
Yeah. So you saying she's selling it?
She can sell it, or she ain't gotta get on. She don't have to get. If you have, let's use drug terms.
Okay.
If you the person who got all the cocaine in the back, you don't have to get online and announce like, man, I want to go try some cocaine tonight. I don't have to announce it. Guess what? I got it. Yeah. So women don't have to get online and say, I just want some new dick tonight. No, because she know she can go get it.
Yeah.
And that's a dude, we get online and announce shit and do shit because you could be the most beautiful dude. You still got to get the ugliest woman to say yes.
Yeah.
But you could be the ugliest woman ever and get the most beautiful dude to say yes 9 times out of 10. Women are pussy dealers. I don't care who you are. And so when you a man and you say you don't purchase pussy, then why do you buy them diamonds for?
Yeah.
Are you getting them from women to entice them to say, look, I have money?
Yeah.
Or are you enticing niggas?
Yeah.
Or when you go get that foreign?
Yeah.
Or you pulling up to say, hey, niggas, look at me?
Yeah.
You mean you could. But 9 times out of 10, women look at foreigns, they look at jewelry, they look at designer to say, oh, it's a snapshot of how much money you might have.
Yeah.
And so women will fuck you just because they be like, oh, he bought bottles, he got on jewelry, he must got some money. So she invested in herself that her pussy power gonna get you to drop a bag.
Yeah.
A nigga may say, nah, you got played. I ain't giving you shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel like I'm more on that lane. Like I feel you though. Like with a lot of what you said, I feel it. But I think I'm a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how your shit get towed up.
But a lot of your shit is right. A lot of your shit. A lot of shit you said I can't disagree with. But when it comes to these women these days, I mean, they standards.
It's money.
The standards of women, yeah. The standards of women is money. And the quality of women, that makes them lower, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
It just makes sense to me. That's why you want to be the 1% of dude. Like, you can be a dude that pull a chick with your looks, but eventually your looks get regular. You can get the baddest chick in the world when you first meet her, but once you round her long enough,
she gonna want the bread.
I'm just saying, when you see somebody that's beautiful and you date her, eventually she becomes regular. You get used to seeing her. Same way with niggas.
Yeah.
A chick might meet you because like, oh, he's funny, oh, he's cute.
Yeah.
She gonna fuck off on you for a nigga with the bag every single time. I don't give a fuck how player you are.
Yeah.
You would lose to the nigga with the bag, and God forbid she find a nigga with a bag and he's beautiful with a personality.
Man.
Nigga, you kick to the curb. So yeah, you can pull as many chicks as you want.
You say that's the 1% that's gonna stick around.
That's why the 1% never have to get married.
Yeah.
Because every single woman, as long as you got the bag, even the most classiest woman will bend to your knee, bend the knee. If you have the life, if she feel like you could provide the lifestyle that she want. Yeah. If she's comfortable with that, she's comfortable with sharing you.
So you don't think no female will stick with you if you fall off?
I'm not gonna say that. That's when love kicks in. See, love buys patience.
Yeah.
How much she love you depends on how long she can stick by you.
What is love?
Patience. That's it. That's to me. That's all it is. To me, love is bullshit. Because love is not about you, it's about me. Love is about, when you hear a woman or a man talk about love, they're talking about what you need to do for me. For example, a woman say, if you love me, you wouldn't do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So her love is predicated on what you can do for her, not what she can do for you.
Yeah.
And so that's what love to me, I hate to use the word,
about
but
the women.
It's manipulation.
Yeah.
Love is a word that people use in order to get somebody in position to do what they need them to do.
Yeah.
That's it.
It ain't no feeling or emotion involved.
Emotion and feeling is cool. It just it buys patience.
Yeah.
But if you lose your job and your girl love you, she gonna stand by you for a moment because she feel like, well, if he had this job, he gonna get another one.
Yeah.
So she gonna give you some sympathy pussy from the first weeks or days when you ain't got you just lost your job. Then she gonna start sending you emails of jobs she done found online. And then once she feel like, oh, okay, nigga, I'm carrying all the bills, your ass get treated like one of the kids.
Man.
And then by this time, she done probably found a nigga who catches whales. And guess what happened when she found a nigga that catches whales? Your ass is gone.
Man.
and so that's just what but it makes sense. She has the right to try to live the best life she can for herself because when she dead, it's a wrap.
So the chicks that done stuck around when I cheated on them, per se, is because I had bread, you think?
I think they felt like it was something in it for them. Something they saw in you was still worth it enough for them to stick around.
Yeah.
Once they felt like it was nothing left for you, if they feel like it's nothing left, they dipping. But that's everybody, right? Your partner will kick it with you as long as he feel like it's still something beneficial. But that's life.
Yeah.
Because when you dead, it's going like my wife right now. I tell her all the time, like, shit, you love me, I believe that. But if I die right now, you will cry, and eventually you will go on and fuck and build a life for somebody else.
Yeah.
Life goes the fuck on.
You saying some real shit, bro. I can't disagree with much of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just putting it in a different way. You have to break some of the shit down. You know what I'm saying? But I can't disagree. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different presentation of the way the women doing it to make it seem less attractive in my eyes.
Bro, just pay for it.
I have paid for pussy. Straight up. I have.
How convenient was that? It was like, okay, this amount of money,
Bam.
This ain't breaking me. I got what I wanted. She got what she wanted. It was mutual.
I done paid for pussy before. Just straight up, cashed out. Bam.
Bam. Have you ever, though, and it's going to be a real nigga moment for you, have you ever found a chick that you thought was dope, that you wanted to smash, and you tried to woo and wine and dine her and didn't get shit? That night. Like you kind of felt walked away feeling stupid. I know I have.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Hell yeah. But chicks done gave some pussy up to some niggas.
I didn't hit too on some wine and dine shit too.
Yeah.
No cap. I didn't hit on some wine and dine shit.
You got to come off money. Women like lifestyle. Women are attracted to clout and lifestyle. They want a nigga with status and lifestyle.
Some gentleman shit too though. I'm on some gentleman shit, so I'm gonna do that anyway. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I'm on some gentleman shit, so I'm gonna do that.
I ain't gonna just do it anyway. Well, I have done it anyway.
My bad, not to cut you
off.
Go
ahead, you good.
But it was a debate. It was a big debate going around. Was $200 too much for a date? Going around on the web, like a date should be like at least $200, and people were saying like that's too much. It don't gotta be $200. What you think about that?
I think it's all about what you can afford. My nigga, if all you got is $210 in your account, the fuck you better not go on a $200 date.
Yeah. But do you think that's like the minimum? Like no matter what? Like do you think that's like a minimum amount? Like I mean, I guess it depend on your bracket, but damn, do it gotta be like a minimum?
I don't know. For me, I don't look at it like that. I don't go nowhere where I feel like I'm going to blow something. I feel like I'm stupid.
Yeah. Exactly.
I kind of got an idea. This is what I do. Do you want to come? This is what we're going to do. It's going to be a good time. Because I'm kind of a bougie kind of dude anyway.
Okay.
So it's a good ambiance. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be some adult shit. We can have a good conversation, great lighting, great food.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to spend shit. Exactly. So either you going to come or you not. If
you can go bowling like a bitch and have fun like a motherfucker.
Dave and Buster's, you can do some shit.
Yeah, for like 100.
But a nigga who got $110 in his account can't afford $100, so nigga, you need to get creative.
Yeah, exactly.
Or wait a couple of pay periods till you can save some money up and afford to go do something that's gonna be cool. That's if it's gonna put you in a deficit or close to a deficit, then you should, regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
Period. So. But if I dealt with a chick that was like, Oh, you got to spend at least $200. Oh, then just tell me your price so we can get straight to it.
Exactly.
At this point, if you're gonna put a dollar number out there, what's got to be the minimum? Then you already got a number on that. How much? And then I'll just let you know if I feel like you worth paying that. Can I afford paying that? And if I can't afford it, and if I feel like it's worth it, then cool. Fuck all the dating shit.
And then a lot of women gonna be offended by that, even though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm offended. If you want my money, then you got to give me something equal exchange. I don't want your commitment in the relationship. Fuck that.
I like this shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man,
because you're gonna invest more, because you're gonna keep having to go on dates and shit like that.
Yeah, so like, hey, if you got a minimum, just listen. Let me just put it in your pocket and let's just do what we need to do and move on.
Let me just get that band to you right now.
Yeah, let's figure this out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's it. Let's not play the game.
I fuck with that. Yeah, I think I'm fucking with it now.
Yeah, man, like niggas out here like, oh, it's just my ego, nigga. I'm the coldest nigga. I just nigga. I be selling chicken and penny.
I used to go to strip clubs and shit like that until, but I've been feeling the way about that because I feel like that's more like throwing money away. I don't really just go to strip clubs and throw money no more. But paying for some pussy, I could kind of see that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I ain't a strip club thrower money, but I mean, if you there, it's about the experience while you there.
See, I just had an interview where I asked the girl, is it okay? She was a stripper. I asked her, is it okay to just go and eat and have a good time? You know what I'm saying? Eat, drink, take your girl maybe and your homies. Because there's some strip clubs that got good-ass food and shit like that. Like, is that okay? You still paying $20 cover, $20 to park.
Hey, you almost $100 damn near before you even get in there.
Before you even get in there. I done paid $120 before I even get inside. And then, bam, I got to buy something to eat, buy something to drink. Is that okay? And she told me, yeah. But, you know, some people don't feel that way. Some people feel like you got to tip. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you're a chick that's working there, I understand why they feel like you got to tip. But if everybody felt no obligation to tip, how do I make money? Again, it's just like Chuck E. Cheese. You go and you get money and you buy their little Chuck E. Cheese cars to play the games, but you don't really win shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, you play these games 1 billion times and maybe you can get a prize back there.
Yeah.
It's the same way with a stripper. You pay enough money, maybe she'll come home with you. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the experience. Like, so I
didn't want.
Yeah, there you go. So sometimes you go and you just throwing the money just for the ambiance. This is, you know, what you can afford. Now, if you a nigga in there, you trying to buy pussy and tips, nigga, that's kind of a very unsure way. That's not a good.
Very, weird.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say weird, but it's just you're not gonna land that way. Every nigga in there have the same agenda.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or it's a fantasy she's selling.
Exactly.
Now, you got some of them that's hoeing. And you may luck up, but bro, you might as well just go online somewhere and say how much, pull up. Here you go.
I like that.
I don't know, man, but I tell you what, bro, you got to have me on the show, man.
I'm going to have you on the show. And you say you could fit in the back seat?
Yeah, bro. You know, I'm working out. I'm trying to get rid of what they call is a baller belly now. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, get slim, bro. Get back slim so I can fit back there.
Yeah, we got a lot more shit to talk about, bro. I'm fucking with it. Hell yeah.
Hey, well, DDK, bro, I appreciate you being here with me, man.
I appreciate you fucking with me, bro. This legendary. This mean a lot to me, bro. You one of the first niggas who fucked with me when I started, bro, and it mean a lot to me, bro.
Hey, man, that's what I'm here for, man. We here for each other.
Already, man.
Until we meet again.
Already.
Peace.